Hello everyone, welcome back to StocksDojo. So I've decided to share some portfolio updates on a regular basis. And to begin with, I wanted to share my biggest investment. Towards the end of 2023, I faced a choice: use my savings for a down payment on a home in Australia or invest the money in the US stock market. Most of my friends lean towards the 30-year mortgage, but I'm not a big fan of debt. So I did some in-depth analysis of data from the year 1926 and decided to pull the trigger and invested almost 100,000 US dollars in the whole US market. Now, within 2 years, I managed to gain almost 60% on my investment. That's way better than what I initially expected. For your reference, I have captured a screenshot from my brokerage account to show the lot details for VTI in 2023. Now, here's the thing: I've been a data analytics engineer for over 18 years, and if there's one lesson I've learned, it's this: without data, you're just another person with an opinion. That mindset is exactly what I used for investing. Why the US market? Because it's one of the few markets where we have over 100 years of reliable data. Take the S&P 500. It's 500 of the largest US companies weighted by their size. And here's a fascinating fact: over any 30-year stretch in the last century, the S&P 500 has returned at least 8% per year. That means your money will 10x in 30 years, no matter when you start. And in many cases, it wasn't just 10x, it was 20, even 40x. So I thought 100,000 invested today should get me at least 1 million in 30 years. So back in late 2023, the market was expensive. Valuations were above historical norms, and most people were cautious. But armed with the data that I had, I saw no reason to hesitate. So I put about 100,000 in VTI. That's an ETF that covers the entire US stock market. Now, in less than 2 years, I'm up almost 60%. And here's why I sleep well at night. VTI diversifies me across the whole market. It pays a small but steadily growing dividend. Historically, it's around 6% per year. And most importantly, I have conviction. I do not intend to sell my VTI for decades to come. And I do dabble in individual stocks, but here's the catch: when I put big money into a single company, the emotional stress is huge. Holding them through ups and downs is challenging. So that's why I only invest small amounts in individual stocks. With VTI, I do not feel that stress, and that lets me stay invested with confidence. No one can predict the future, but the data tells me that probability of long-term 8% returns is very high. And having lived in the US for almost a decade, I've seen the culture of innovation firsthand. That quality of the US culture is not going away anytime soon, not in my lifetime. We use the app StocksDojo to do our analysis. Here I monitor my top investments. Currently, it is NVIDIA. NVIDIA could be considered overvalued, but to justify the current market price and a 8% annual return for an investor, the company has to grow by 45% every year for the next 5 years, which sounds unreasonable, but then the company is growing above 45% recently, and the trend could continue as the demand for AI hardware is at an all-time high. We can also check the chart and other key metrics within the homepage, and there are other features we can explore, especially the portfolio builder. This is one of the saved portfolios I was playing with. I can track the performance over time and also create unlimited portfolios. You can feel free to explore the app, and thanks for tuning in. Until next time.